Hello. Kopunui, everybody. welcome. Okay, it's probably going to be one of those days. So, what I'm going to do, this is our last week of Kopunui, which is the sign of the Wombat. So, Kopunui is from June 1st through the 28th. And so this week, of course, we will have a change of two signs. So we will have sign of the Wombat first this week, and then we will go into what's called Maita. Now, Maita is what's called the 13th sign of the Lemurian Birthsigns, and it's what makes up the crystal light of days. So we will be having kind of like a breathing space in between the signs. So we will go from the energy of Kopunui, which is the sign of the Wombat, which is the sign of the child. It's the womb, the child, creativity. Those are the essences that we've had for this entire month. Then we will go into what's called Maita. This is the crystal light of days. And what this is the undistorted light that comes directly from the central sun. So think of it as kind of a palette cleansing energy, and you will be getting direct undistorted light from the central sun. So you could use these days as extra power for any of the rituals that you're doing, for maybe deep diving in your meditations. If you're out in nature, this would be a good time to commune with your animal friends or with the trees. And then as we prepare, then we will go into the next sign. And since this is the last week that is mostly focused on Kopunui and on Maita, I'm just going to keep it to those two signs this week. So if you were born on the 29th or the 30th of June, happy birthday. You are what's called a Maita. And if you were born June 1st through the 28th, happy birthday. You're what's called a Kopunui, sign of the Wombat. And we're going to back the whole thing up, because I'm going to start off and get everybody here and on the replay. We're going to get on the same page, energetically speaking. I'm going to be doing what's called a harmonization, or Huna Flash lovingly refer to it as the login. Okay? So this is a multi-dimensionality that we're going to be doing. Tihe mori ora mahaka watahi ite ingowa te tau irita o atawana wa yu tapu. Ite ingowa te whenui trarani tau wa yu tapu. Ite ingowa te whaia te matua te tama wa yu tapu. Tihe mori ora. Wonderful. And I'm getting a prompt to go ahead and say my own name, which is Huna Kamaroha. And the reason that I'm sharing that essence is because apparently people need to hear that to help activate your outer DNA. And that's why I display that. It's not really a name per se. What you're seeing is actually the light coding or the light essence. That's my Huna. So to start off with, this week we are going to be using Beyond Lemuria, the Izzy Ivy deck. They wanted to come out and play this week. And I do have another card that I pulled for everybody from the bottom of the deck. So if for some reason your card this week doesn't really resonate with you, there's that card that you can use as a replacement or as an addition to. Okay. So let's get started with, hang on everybody, we're going to give it just a little bit. So there we go. So we will start off with Maitas. And again, if your birthday is June 29th or 30th, or the 29th, 30th, or 31st of any of the months of the year, you are what's called a Maita. Again, that's the crystal light of days. And your card this week is Beyond the Mind. Because as much as we love our minds, they are not like they working in yours. Our capacity to see and experience the other frequencies is very, very limited whenever we just limit ourselves to the mind. Just for my Maitas this week. Gorgeous. Now, if you were born June 1st through the 28th, yours is the sign of Kopunui. This is the sign that we've been in, and it's not just those that are born in this month. Everybody has been picking up on the essence or the flavor of this month. So, for Kopunuis, happy birthday. I'm a fellow Wombat. Woohoo! have the Earth this week. Mother Nature in all her glory. Just nurture and nature. Beautiful. Love Mother Nature. Next, we have those that are born July 1st through the 28th. Yours is a sign of Kaka. The essence of this month is the voice. Oh, how beautiful. Kaka is you have Mount Shasta. Very powerful. There is a group of Pleiadians that live under Mount Shasta known as the Telosians. Pretty sure that they were Pleiadian. But there are a lot of anomalies that happen in and around Mount Shasta, one of the sacred spaces in the world. So that was for Kakaz this week. Next, if you were born August 1st through the 28th, yours is the sign of Fatwa. This is the sign of the falcon, and the essence of this month is purification. Ooh, how beautiful. Fatwa is you are balancing forces this week. Just gorgeous. So many symbols. Okay. If you were born September 1st through the 28th, yours is a sign of Namu. Namu is the sign of the dove, and the essence of this month is peace. Oh, okay, cool. Namus, you have the Earth Star Chakra this week. Earth Star Chakra is located about 18 inches beneath your feet, and it's what connects you to Mother Earth. And in Lemuria, it's also going to be called Maita. Maita is actually used for two of the different chakras. One that connects us to our the Soul Star Chakra above our heads. And then this week, this one's speaking to the Earth Star Chakra, which is, like I said, about 18 feet or 18 inches underneath your feet. So if you close your eyes and imagine it, it should feel like that white light that you see above in the middle of the card. It should feel like that underneath your feet. And it's what snicks you into place. So that is for Namus this week. Kitties, this is the sign of the lamb. So if you were born October 1st through the 28th, yours is the sign of Kitty. This is the sign of the lamb. The essence of this week, or this month rather, oh, sweet, is the truth. And you, my dears, you have the home card this week. Oh, beautiful. Home is where the heart is. Such a gorgeous card. I'm so glad. That was for Kitty Heath. Okay. Next, we have those that were born they were born November 1st through the 28th. Yours is the sign of Kahuku. This is the sign of the butterfly, and the essence of this month is transformation. Wow. Kahukus, you have the root chakra this week. The root chakra in Lemurian is called Taro, and it speaks to the essence of abundance and also safety. Yeah, it's our survival chakra. So connect to your root chakra this week. Taro. Okay? It's your foundation. You need your foundation in order. And I would say if you're feeling fearful, definitely double back to focus on that. Next, you have those that were, this is going to be the sign of Okapi. So Okapi is those that were born December 1st through the 28th. Yours is the sign of Okapi, the sign of the forest giraffe. And the essence of this month is Light of Father. So this is the card for Okapis this week. That's a very busy card. Quietly busy, yeah. Okay, it's a she of the lotus. And yes, quietly busy, busy, busy. Okay, if you were born January 1st through the 28th, you have two cards sticking together. Here's the sign of Hia. This is the sign of the hare, and the essence of this month is endurance. I think we got that. Yep. freedom. You pulled the dragonfly this week. So this is for those born in the sign of Hia, the sign of the hare. Dragonflies are also connected to vortices and portals, so be on the lookout for that this week. Those for Hias. Okay, next up we have those that are born February 1st through the 28th. Yours is the sign of ToNa. ToNa is the sign of a hummingbird. The essence of this month is the tiny voice from heaven. How appropriate. You have our ancient future this week. And I know a lot of times people confuse what I'm speaking of, the Lemurian that I'm speaking of, as being new. Yes and no. It's our ancient past that's being remembered. This is for ToNas this week. I can certainly see why this card deck wanted to come out and play. Yep, our ancient future. So all connected. If you were born March 1st through the 28th, yours is the sign of Honu. Honu is the sign of the sea turtle. The essence of this month is navigation. Wow. You're speaking into the Solaris Sublime this week. So this is going to be for the solar plexus. Yep, fire. So you have the element of fire this week. So Honus learn to harness your fire and probably your solar plexus chakra, which would be Tawahi. Putting things into action, using your energy in an appropriate manner. Fire can warm you. Fire can also burn down your house, which is not what is wanted. Next up, those that are born April 1st through the 28th, yours is the sign of Tuatara. Tuatara is the sign of the smiling gecko. And the essence of this month is the smile. Oh my, you have the endless ether card. So the ethers are what is in and around us. In Star Wars, it was called the Force. You get to play with that this week. Very potent. Okay. And then we have those that were born May 1st through the 28th. Yours is a sign of Totoroa. This is a sign of the albatross. The essence of this month is determination. And also speaks to the observer mode. Oh, how beautiful Totoroas. Shine your light this week. Unmissable. And on top of that, as I was saying, I also had one for the bottom of the deck. This is for all signs. Trust the magic. We have White Raven card for all of us this week from the Animal Oracle deck from Colette Van Reed. White Raven magic this week. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it literally says trust in the magic. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to turn on the comment section. If you were just here for the Oracle card reading, thank you very much, and I will see you next week. If you're interested in hearing more about the Lemurian Light Codes, or you're interested in energy healing or opening up for a different discussion, I've got another live chat that I'm going to be hopping onto right after this one. Okay, so let's open up the comment section right quick and see who we have in here. Wawad Huna Hamanisa. I see Lauren Hunsinger is in here. Hello, hello, hello. I sound unclear. I look unclear. I don't know what's going on with my internet today. Hi, Hypnicity. Thanks for showing up. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So glad to hear that. Okay. Hi, CJ. Wonderful. Okay. Well, as I said, I'm going to go ahead and close this one. I will hop into the next one. And hopefully I will see you over there. If not, I will see you next week. So, wawa nui.